Welcome back. Oh gosh, where are you? There you are.
Hi, I'm happy to be here.
I'm so glad to have you in the building.
Thank you.
My God, for this really, really huge moment.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
What do we need to know about this one song I'm going to play as hottest record before we spin it for the very first time?
This song was born in London. My friend, Steph Marziano, who I wrote a few tracks with on Pedals for Armor, sent me something to work on. I took it into the studio where Daniel, James, and I had been making other songs. And I was like, we got to do something with this. This just feels like the missing piece. And we, Steph ended up coming to Nashville a few weeks later, and we finished the song in a day. It really spilled out of us.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's hear it. Wait no longer for your hottest record in the world. This is Hayley Williams with Parachute. How are you feeling? That track, Parachute, your hottest record in the world. I'm shaking. I don't know how you are. How are you?
Emotional. We got Steph and Dan in the studio, and I mean, tears in my eyes. It's just so special to share this with people I care about so much and respect their talent so much. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Congrats. We did it.
You did it. You did it. And I'm completely awestruck by this track, from those gorgeous piano chords that kick it off all the way through to the anguish in that second verse. I feel every fragment of the pain that you sing.
Thank you.
And it's such a viscerally emotional track. What was the creative process behind this one?
I mean, Steph sent those piano chords, and that, that chorus chord progression I knew felt really, I felt it in my bones, and I kind of immediately knew this would be a great song at a festival, but it still feels, there's something melancholy about it. And I wanted to tap into that the most. But the song just kept building it. We kept laughing and saying it was like our Bohemian Rhapsody, because it just, every section is kind of different. But, yeah, I mean, Steph really kicked this off in a way that kind of, it set the rest of the song up to be what it is. And I'm really grateful you came to Nashville, Steph, because then we got to do it all together. And, it's very surreal it's like having this full circle moment back in London, Now we just need to play it at a festival, and that'll complete the cycle.
Yeah. I love that you have written this with live in mind. Interesting.
Yes.
What can you tell me about potentially performing live here in the UK?
I mean, y'all know this is one of my favorite places in the world to play a show. I can't wait to play shows. We're trying to put them together, trying to figure out the ticketing situation. It's not easy, but I just want to be with people again. I want to be with my people, the people I belong with, and on a stage playing, screaming, crying, dancing, laughing, all that stuff. It's just, I need the release.
Yeah. Yeah. And we are soon come, I'm sure, with this track. What made you want to hold on to this one in particular for so long? Because we've had a collection of 17 singles at the start of this month. What was it about Parachutes that made you want to keep it? What was it, sacred, this song?
It does feel sacred. It was one of the last songs that we wrote. And so it felt right to wait for it, because these other songs had a moment to live together for a while. And, I was still wrapping my head around putting them out as a collection anyway. So yeah, holding it back and knowing that we were going to come to London. I originally came here to see the Linda Lindas play. And I was like, well, why don't we just go and get work done while we're there and have fun with it? And so it felt right to save it and be here and, have Steph and Daniel with me.
Yeah. And you have been spoiling us. I mean, it's been a good time to be a Hayley Williams fan. I'll tell you that for free. But where does Parachute land in and amongst these 17 tracks? What can you tell me?
It feels like there's something about the way that I got to sing my very wordy second verse that reminded me of being a fan of the type of music that made me want to be in a band and made me want to go to shows. It sort of feels like, early emo, just yell singing, whatever you're feeling in the moment. It felt very freestyle in that way when we were writing it. And that's what I'm made of. I'm like made of that kind of music. So to have it exist, you know, inside of a song that I think also spans other genres and feels really, it feels really potent and it feels exciting, but it's also emotional and sad. That's just like all the things that I love about what I get to do wrapped up into one song. So it's a really, really sacred song to me.
Yeah. Is this going to be a part of now? Are we calling this an album, Hayley?
Yes, this is the latest, you know, addition to Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party, which is my third solo album, which you can pre-order today.
My God, there we have it then. The bombshell being dropped.
Oh my God.
Third album, Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party by Hayley Williams. Is it out now for everyone technically, right?
Is it out now? It's out now.
Yes. Let's go. Do you know what?
Yes.
Can we talk all things album before we play this song once more?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Your hottest record tonight, Hayley Williams, Parachute. We ran it again with Hayley Williams in the building with us. Our hottest record in the world called Parachute, officially now as part of the third album, Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party. It's out now. Hayley's with me. My God, what was the journey like to get to this very point? Album number 3.
Yeah, it was not expected at all. I kind of thought maybe I'd be done with solo albums, and then this one I just puked it out. It all needed to get out of my system.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels really, you know, now that it is an album, it feels so nice that all these songs have a home like that. I was thinking maybe it just wouldn't, you know, we just put these out as singles and that would be really fun and different for me. But yeah, now that we're here, it's like, this is the way it's meant to be.
Yeah, well, the fact that you've allowed us to absorb them as 17 singles first at the start of the month, you've allowed your fans to basically put them in whatever order that kind of suits them and speaks to them, whether it's alphabetically for some, or whether they want to start slower with things like Blood Bros, or to syncopated goodness like Zizou. It's been an opportunity for the fans to have creative agency, I suppose, over the way they consume your art. And yeah, a way that feels right for them completely. Has it felt like a very collaborative process in that way?
Absolutely. The track order that we landed on was just totally inspired by them. I poured over literally thousands of playlists and you know, Paramore fans are incredible, and watching them sort of quickly organize a website that like had all of these playlists submitted to it that we could look through.
Mm-hmm.
As if we were fans too, experiencing it for the first time was really fun. And it kind of, that's what inspired this is what made it into an album. And, my track list is very much inspired by a few that were kind of similar. And I don't know, it's a journey, but I'm thankful people are still down to listen to like a long album.
Yes.
Because it's a long album.
It is 18 tracks.
Yeah.
18. It's a beefy one. And thank you for it, because we're never going to complain about having lots of music.
Thank you.
I'll say that for free. And I think there's a certain level of intimacy, I think, with your fans with this new album. I'm so excited I can call it an album out loud now.
So much easier to say.
And where did this album title come to you? Because Ego Death is a track within this album.
Yeah. Ego Death at a Bachelor Party was like quite early in the writing, and I had moved back home to Nashville, and I was like, you know, there's a lot, I don't know if you've seen the news, there's a lot going on back in America, and I was like, am I really gonna be holed up in a red state during the revolution? Like, is that what's happening? And it kind of put me on my back for a moment, and I kind of was like, okay, I'm going to be home for the foreseeable future. And there's something quite humbling about that. Like being in my mid to late 30s, living down the road from my grandparents still, you know, feeling so connected to the place that I became a musician when I was just a teenager. There's something for me that's still very juvenile about my experience of Nashville. And I think writing this record helped me to grow up a lot more there in particular. Cause, you know, I've grown up all over the world, but doing it in your hometown, it's like, you know, there's a lot of tricky stuff about going back home. And this time, I don't know, I think it really struck me that I love Nashville so much and I know it so intimately, and it's exactly where I need to be right now. So I kind of wrote about what I love and hate about it, as you do. You know, when you know a place like the back of your hand, you know every bad thing about it as well as all the good.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting topic, isn't it? The idea of a kind of connection to home, because it's going to always be a part of who you are and a fragment of your very being. I mean, so much of my own identity, not to make this about me, but is being a Welsh person, you know, like it's an enormous part
I love Wales. I love Wales.
Oh, you have to say that.
I do. I am Welsh. I looked up, I did my, you know, I like some company has my DNA. I did like one of those spit tests and I was so excited to have Welsh blood because I was like, it makes sense. Every time we've ever played in Wales, I love it. I mean, even when we were just at the Eras tour, not our crowd, nothing. I had such a good time. So that's very cool to know about you.
Oh my God. Now we've got dragon blood. How about that?
Yes.
How about that? But I completely see what you're saying in terms of having that complete attachment to home that you can never shake off and having also a very complicated relationship with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you know, it's sort of like if someone talks crap about your family, you can do it, but nobody else better do it, right? I feel that way about my home, and it's going through a lot right now, being in the American South. And I think it is right to be there, boots on the ground, and sort of be part of my community there. So yeah, I mean, this making this album gave me a whole new appreciation. You know, it's one thing to like grow up in a place, but I've been on tour most of my life. And so to live there as an adult person with autonomy and not being switched on with the whole Paramore thing is like a completely different experience of home. So I'm thankful for Nashville. I love it. And I'm glad to be there.
Yeah, well, we're thankful to you. And honestly, Hayley, the love that's been pouring in is outrageous. I mean, Megs in Lancashire says, Parachute has crushed me. Wow, Hayley is the writer you are. You never fail to impress me. Lily and Baby Victor and Devon say, Parachute, it really sounds like the perfect final piece to this body of work. Hayley's storytelling never fails. I mean, that says it all.
Oh my God. Well, if I can leave you with anything, I'll just say, we're not done yet. There's more.
What do you mean? Can you say?
There's more.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
Okay.
But 18 tracks for now.
For now.
Yeah.
For now. I will take that and I will not sleep a wink tonight.
Me either.
But hey, more to come from Hayley Williams. Thank you so much for joining us on the show, for letting us premiere this song for the first time, for breaking the news of album number 3, Ego Death, at a bachelorette party. You're an absolute superstar. And you know what? Let's run it for a third time. Your hottest record in the world. Hayley Williams with Parachute.